Hello there and welcome to Black Jackal Gaming. GW has been releasing some of the Space Marine rules for 10th edition, so we're going to take a quick look at the Dark Angels release so far. So they've been given their Detachment Datasheet, as well as the Deathwing Command Datasheet, and we've got the new updated Lion Datasheet. We're going to take a look at all of them right now. Their Detachment Datasheet is called Grim Resolve. This replaces Oaths of Moment. What this does is that it allows your battle shocked units to be objective control 1 rather than 0. This means that when they're sitting on objectives or they're trying to contest objectives, they'll actually be able to hold them and score you primary points in your command phase. This is going to make it even tougher to shift some of the units for Dark Angels, such as the Deathwing Terminators, as not only is it hard to kill them with the additional toughness, now you can't even make them go into battle shock to stop being objective controlled. So they will hold on to objectives all game long. It looks a bit worse than Oaths of Moment, with Oaths of Moment allowing you to choose a unit in your command phase and reroll the hits for it. That's probably slightly more powerful, but if you are leaning into more of a durable playstyle, Grim Resolve might be your better option. The Deathwing Command Squad has been revealed, and it has the standard Terminator profile of Movement 5, Toughness 5, 2+ save, 3 wounds, leadership 6+, and 1 objective control. By default, the units will come with Stormbolter and Power Fist, but you do have the option to run this unit with dual Lightning Claws or the Thunder Hammer and Shield combination. All the weapons options available have already been run through in the past. They've been revealed for quite a long time now. The only thing we haven't seen is the Halberd of Caliban, so we'll have a look at that. So this comes in at 5 attacks, weapon skill 3, strength 6, -2 AP and 2 damage, and it has the precision keyword. This keyword allows you to target characters within the unit. The Storm Shield no longer gives you +1 to your save and an increase in your vulnerability save, because your vulnerability save is now 4+ at standard. What the Storm Shield allows you to do is change your wound characteristics to that of 4, so you get 1 additional wound. If you have 5 models in the unit, one of them can swap their weapon for one of the heavy weapon options, so they will swap the Stormbolter and keep the Power Fist. There's 3 separate abilities tied to this unit. Now all 3 abilities are tied into a character that can be included in the unit. So the first one is Narthecium, which if you have an apothecary, it allows you to return a dead model for free. This cannot be a character though. The banner ability allows you to have +1 objective control per model if you have an ancient, and the final one being honor or death. If you have a champion within the unit, you get +1 to your advance and charge, and heroic intervention strat costs 0 CP. So quite decent abilities there. Not only these characters in Terminator armor and they're adding their war gear and their ability to the unit anyway, they come with decent little buffs to go along with it. The squad composition is a little bit different to the normal Deathwing Terminator squad, as this is the command squad. So you start off, you can have 2 to 7 Terminators. One of these will be your sergeant. You can have 1 ancient and they're equipped with a Stormbolter and Power Fist, 1 apothecary who's equipped with a Stormbolter and Chain Fist, and 1 champion who can be equipped with the Halberd of Caliban. There's no mention on the back of this that the sergeant can be given a power weapon, but as they're generally given a power weapon and there's an option on the datasheet, I think this might just be a misprint and it should have the option available on the back. Characters that have the leader keyword can join this unit as long as they're eligible to join a Terminator unit. The Big Daddy Lion finally returned at the end of 9th, and we've had an updated 10th edition datasheet for him. So he comes in at movement 8, so he's pretty quick. He's had a boost up to toughness 9. He's got 10 wounds. He's leadership 5+, so can be affected by battle shock, but it's unlikely. And he has objective control 4, which is in line with other units of his size. His save's been given a little bit of a bump. He's now a 2+ save with a 3+ in vulnerability save. So the Lion has a combi pistol called the Armor Luminous, and it has 2 options to it, the Bolt and Plasma. Both of them hit on a ballistic skill of 2+. So the Bolt version is 12 inches, 4 attacks, strength 4, minus 1 AP, 2 damage, and the plasma is 12 inches, 1 attack, strength 8, minus 3 AP, and 2 damage. As you can see, they both serve a certain purpose, so the bolt will be quite good at taking out lightly armored units, or even, if you roll quite well, Space Marines. But the plasma is there really to punch through some tougher units, but not doing all that more damage, but more likely to put a wound through. His melee comes through his sword fealty, and there's a sweep and strike option. Both of these are a weapon skill 2+. So we'll start with the strike, even though it's listed differently on this sheet. It'd be 8 attacks, strength 12, minus 4 AP, 4 damage, and then the sweep option, which is for your lighter armored options. So this is 16 attacks, strength 6, minus 3 AP, 2 damage. So as you can see, your sweep attacks more for targeting lighter options, especially Space Marines with the 2 damage, minus 3 AP. You should kill a fair few in combat. And your strike option is really to hit those much harder options where you need less attacks, but you really want to be wounding on 3s and 4s and not 5s and 6s. The Big Daddy line comes with a fair few abilities, the first one being the Primarch of the First Legion. This allows you to select one of the 3 options below. So the first option is All Secrets Revealed. When one of your units is targeted by an enemy unit and they're within 12 inches of your line, anytime that unit uses a stratagem, you will gain 1 CP, the attacking unit will take a battle shock test, and the strat that they've used will not go off. So it will count as that it failed and they will not be given a buff, or your unit will not be given the debuff. The second option is a Martial Exemplar. When a friendly model is within 6 inches, they gain +1 to hits in melee. And last by no means least is No Hiding from the Watchers. Any friendly models within 6 inches gain a 4+ Feel No Pain. Now, units that have auras, it's being confirmed that they are also buffed by their own auras. So you will be given the line a 2+, 3++, and a 4++. Very tough to kill this guy. He's got 2 other abilities that he doesn't have to choose from. These are automatically applied to him, and they're both to buff only the Lion. So the first one is the Emperor's Shield. Each time an attack is made against him, whether it's ranged or melee, it's -1 to wound. And if it's in melee, saves of 6 will bounce back 1 mortal wound onto the attacking unit. This is not capped. His last ability is the Dark Angel's Bodyguard ability. When he's within 3 inches of a friendly Astartes unit, he gains the Lone Operative keyword, so cannot be targeted unless the unit is within 12 inches of him. So that's it for the Dark Angels so far. It looks like they've got some nice little abilities to go along with their data sheets. The detachment rule is okay, but we're going to get more when they get their final codex released. There's going to be a couple of more detachments. We haven't got the stratagems to go along with the detachments either, so even though Grim Resolve is a little bit underwhelming, there might be some very good stratagems to go along with it. But all in all, I think this is a really strong showing for the Dark Angels. They've got some great abilities here, and it's going to make them very tough to play against. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any comments, then pop them below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, then please hit the like button as it greatly helps the channel. Hit the subscribe button to see any future Warhammer content. Take it easy and see you next time for more grim darkness from the 41st millennium.